it's in square. We're back. So we're going to be talking about the Clippers today and their recent moves in the 2019 free agency. Before we start talking about that, I just wanted to say congrats to the national team for the women's soccer. They just won the World Cup, so congrats to them. So Nick, about the Clippers, what do you think about it, and do you think this was a good move for Kawhi?
So first off, the Clippers, they did get Paul George and Kawhi. For Kawhi, I love this trade or this deal. I think it was the perfect choice. Kawhi is going to a team that's now, in my opinion, pretty stacked. When you got the Williams and you got Pat Beverly, Paul George, it's going to be his team. He gets to compete in one of the largest cities in the world and one of the largest markets in the world. It's going to be his brand. Yes, he moved away from a city that loved him in Toronto, but I think that LA and the Clippers specifically are going to embrace Kawhi in this opportunity. He's going with Doc Rivers, great coach, fantastic coach. I think this is perfect for the Clippers, and I really don't have any complaints for it. So Paul George, I mean, what do you think about that trade? Give us a recap on it.
So I honestly, it was weird. I was laying down in bed and I was about to go to sleep, and it just pops on my phone, Kawhi to the Clippers. I'm like, wow, it happened. It was like 1 in the morning, I think. And then right after that, I refreshed the page, and it's like Paul George has been traded to the Clippers. So I'm like, that just happened right after the other. So I think I had said in a previous video that I think Kawhi should stay in Toronto. And I still think he should have stayed, and I'll go into more reasons why in a second. But I think because of Paul George being traded there helps a lot, and it definitely helps the case of you and other people who think he should have gone to the Clippers, because it automatically makes you a contender. You have 2 star players and you have a deep bench. I mean, that automatically makes you a contender no matter what. Why I think he should have stayed in Toronto, I think Kawhi had everything he could have wanted there. Yeah, they lost Danny Green, but if Kawhi would have decided to stay in Toronto, maybe Danny Green might have stayed in Toronto as well. I think that just you would have had everybody back in Toronto. You would have pretty much the same exact team that you had last year in the championship you won. And I think now with the Warriors not being healthy, your really only other team that you're competing against would be 2 teams, I guess, the Lakers and the 76ers, and maybe the Rockets if they keep what they had. So you have the same type of competition. The Lakers would be, I think, your strongest opponent. But I think if you stay in Toronto, you're automatically favorites in the East again. I mean, it's the same thing. You're just running it back again. So I think that if Kawhi would have stayed, I think Danny Green would have stayed. Their whole team would have been the same. And I think that you would have a really good chance of winning. Even Kawhi he still has a good chance of winning it this year. But I think Toronto still would have been just as good, if not better, of an option than the Clippers.
I think then we had the Lakers, the other team that he was planning to go to, or the many thought that he was going to go to. Some people thought it was a lock and a guarantee, with news speculation saying, oh, there's no way he's going to the Clippers. He's already arrived in LA. He's going to meet the Lakers and he's going to sign there. But it didn't turn out to be like that. I've heard many comments and read many comments on articles and stuff saying that the Clippers were the worst choice for him. In my opinion, the Lakers were the worst choice for him. I think I don't think he wanted to be overshadowed by LeBron and AD. I think there would have been in some ways it's weird to say, I think too much pressure, because you're surrounded by all these stars, and I think all the attention's on you, and if you fail, I mean, what does that make you? You look pretty pathetic like that.
Yeah, I totally disagree with what you just said. I totally disagree, because I think if you go to the Lakers, I think it would be kind of a cheesy move to go to the Lakers and join a team that's already one of the favorites, which we'll talk about in a later episode about the title favorites. But it would be a little cheesy and a little like, wow, you just kind of did what Kevin Durant did to the Warriors.
And that tainted his legacy, though.
Yeah.
I mean, no one now he's lost so much respect in the
But
NBA.
yeah, I agree with that one point. But other than that, you don't have any pressure to go to the Clippers or the Lakers. Sorry, because you have LeBron and AD. He probably would be the second option, but you might be the third option on that team. So what third option has ever had pressure on him? I don't know of a third option that has pressure. I mean, you're just kind of there to be kind of a role player at that point. So I don't agree at all that he would have pressure on him. I think you would have the best time probably playing because you would be winning a lot. And I think the only bad thing about going to the Lakers would be that, people are going to say what they said about KD. That's the only bad thing. But if you win championships, you still have rings no matter how you get it. You still have them. So, yeah.
But do you think that he wanted to be a third player and like not lead his own team? And I mean, he's already done it once. Why would he want to be, the third?
I don't think he wanted to. I'm not arguing that. I think he wanted to be. I think that's why he chose the Clippers. If he would have chose Toronto, that would have proven he wants to do it by himself and he wants to do it again. But choosing the Clippers is just, it's kind of in the middle. He kind of chose the middle path. He doesn't want to do it by himself, but he doesn't want to have all this other help. He wants to be the lead guy and have another star to help him. So, yeah, I think it was a good move for him to go to the Clippers. I think it was, but I still would say Toronto. But
Okay. I mean, I think we're both excited to see, and everyone in the NBA should be excited to see the battle for LA. When the Clippers and the Lakers face off, that's going to be the game of the century. And if they come down to a series finals of the Western Conference Finals, wow, that's going to be some series. I don't think anything can match that.